Let's do it, man. Let's take a look at these rosters. Nope, don't you start that intro video again. I'll get copywritten probably. Oh, goodness. Rosters. View rosters. What do we got? Alright, just double checking how to sort certain things. Instead of view rosters, is edit lines better? Not really, because it doesn't... Okay, it does show an overall. I guess... Well, if we go through edit lines, then we can't see who's scratched. Interesting. I thought I could check this in terms of, like, sorting outright left wing, right wing. There's no way to outright see a picture, though. Ah, screw it, we'll go edit lines. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're... Actually, I don't know if you can see player pictures at all. Don't know if that's a thing. It doesn't appear to be a thing. So, Anaheim's best lines. Let's take a look. It's Korea at an 89, Steve Ruchin, Jeff Friesen, Marty McInnis, Matt Cullen. Oh, God, this team. I'll have a video coming out soon talking about Matt Cullen, coincidentally, and, yeah, you can see why he ended up getting traded, because there wasn't much here. Mike LeClaire, Jermon Titoff, Sammy Paulson's down there. I mean, they got a couple of guys on this roster that would go on to win the cup with them. Defense pairs, Tverdovsky, I think that's Jason York, Keith Carney, Nick Havlid, Vishnevsky, Ruslan Saleh. Surprised Saleh was only a 73. There's some good defensemen there. And indeed, the goaltending was Steve Shields, J.S. Jaguar. Who was scratched for defenseman? I mean, Dan Bilesma's a scratch at a 67. I think that's Big Jim Cummins.
What we're doing this again.
My very young Andy McDonald. J. Rose, 6 months. Thank you very much, sir. Pizza, I did see some of the IndyCar race, and I agree, it was outrageous. I mean, you know, whenever you got cars going 180 miles an hour over a bridge in the middle of downtown Nashville, you're gonna watch that. You just are. So, Anaheim's not bad. That's how we'll rate them. Anaheim's not that bad. Atlanta, on the other hand, we'll go best lines for them. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. Patrick Stefan, Sean Donovan. I don't know how Barteco has a 79. Ray Ferraro on the second line. Nat Domicelli, third line center. Per Svartvedet. Also, Bob Corkum. It's an all-names team, at least. The defense, Yuri Slager, Yannick Tremblay, Frantisek Caberlet, Todd Reardon, Caps fans. Todd Reardon. I think that's Gord Murphy, Peter Buzik, and then Dominic Rhodes as your goalie. Oh, my God. Oof. Oh, this team. This team sucks. I think that's got to be Darcy Hordichuk. Jeff Odgers, Brian Pothier, Dan Snyder. That's sad. R.I.P. Yep, that team, as Deke Slayer put it, was cheeks. It's true. The Bastion Bruins. Let's go, baby. Sergei Samsonov, Jason Allison, Bill Guerin, Rob Zaminer, Joe Thornton, Martin Lapointe, Mikko Eloranta. Brian Ralston. I think that's Alex Kovalenko. Brian Ralston's great, at least. The view roster showed the full names. Might be better. I know who they are, and that's all that matters. PJ Axelson, Scott Pellerin. I don't even know who the hell that is. I mean, it does show the full names, but... I mean, that's about it. Like, I don't know. We could go off of this. You still can't see... Oh, okay, you can see pictures, but you'd have to click on everybody. And that's not going to happen. There's no way to fast scroll through players. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's stick to edit lines. Seems like the best way to me. Oh, God. And again, fourth line, Axelson, Pellerin, Ward. Who was on defense? Scott McLaren, Sean O'Donnell, Don Sweeney. I think that's Eric Manlow. Jonathan Girard. Boy, why did that team lose to Montreal in the playoffs all the time? I can't imagine with a defense like that. And Byron Defoe and John Graham were the goalies. With, I think, Peter Scooter. Fuck. Who was the scratch? Belanger, Nick Boynton was only a 66 at the time. That's tragic. Hal Gill was there. Okay. I mean, if it's up to me, and it might be, because I might play as the Bruins. Let's get Nick Boynton in there. Let's get Manlow out of there and get Hal Gill. There we go. It's looking much better. Maybe not by overall. I think that's Rick Jackman. Mike Knuble. What are we doing? Not having Mike Knuble in off of best lines. Are you gosh darn dang joking me? Get out of there, Mr. Ward. Mike Knuble. Come on down. Who else is in there? I'll go back on this side because then it's on the right. Kolarik. Kutlak. Oh, God. Nazarov. I think that's Eric Nicholas. Popovich. PJ Stock. God, this team. This team had no depth. Let's get Eloranta out of there for PJ Stock because it's PJ Stock, damn it. And then we'll swap PJ Stock with Mr. Perhon and Axelson. And that way, if I play with the Bruins, I'm going to be happy. PJ Stock can throw hands. I got PJ Stock's autograph at a signing in Maine. It was ridiculous. What a guy. PJ Stock officially knows where the state of Maine is. Can you believe that? How many of you know that? I don't think many. Buffalo. Miroslav Shatan, Stu Barnes, J.P. Dumont. I'm not grabbing the jersey again. Dave Andrechuk, Chris Stratton, Maxim Afinogenov. It's Afinogenov. Doug Gilmore. Eric Rasmussen. I think that's Victor or Vyacheslav Kozlov. Vyacheslav Farada, Tim Connolly. I think Curtis Brown. That's not too bad. Who's on their defense? Alexei Zhitnik, I think it's Rich Schmelik, Robert Schmelik, Jason Woolley, Jay McKee, Rhett Warner, Dmitry Kalinin, Martin Biron, and Bob Essenza. With Mika Norin, or Nico, as the backup. What do you got for healthy scratches? Eric Bolton, a very young Brian Campbell, Rory Fitzpatrick, Dennis Hommel. That's Taylor Pyatt. Rob Ray was still on the team. He was only a 64. Chris Taylor. Not mistaken. It's Zebra with the Daily Fiver. Jesus. Jesus. You'll love to see it. Zebra. Thank you. I'm trying to be able to read the message. Unfortunately, I have some programs that are not cooperating with me right now, and it's a pain. Hold on. Oh, haha, solved. NHL games need to have throwback teams like 2K do. Oof, I agree. Not to interrupt, just curious. No, it did not, Monk. It did not. It's not here yet. I'm hoping for tomorrow. Got a couple things showing up in the mail tomorrow. Oh, Calgary. Here we go, baby. Jerome McGinley, only an 87. He'd be the cover boy next year. Craig Conroy, Max Avad. I think that's Dave Lowry, Rob Niedermeyer, Dean McCammond, Anderson, Jim Shantz. I think Jim, might be Jeff. I think that's Craig Wilm. Trovich, Sutter, Cowan. Boy, did you not have depth. Like, they really didn't. They needed to add some pieces before they made that cup run 2 years from this point. Derek Morris, Kravchuk, Robin Regier, Denny Gauthier, Tony Ludman, Brad Warenko, Turek, and a very old Mike Vernon as the goalies. No Kipper yet. What do you got for healthy scratches? Allison, Steve Bejan, some guy named Craig Berube, never heard of him. Bob Bogner. Jesus, the amount of former coaches. I think that's Chris Clark, maybe. Dallas Eakins was on this team. Jesus! Look at Calgary just hoarding coaches 20 years in the future. Rico Fata. Brian Grattan. This is nuts, the amount of coaches. Oleg Saprikin was a healthy scratch. Strong disagree. That is disrespectful. I get not putting in some of the other guys. Not having Saprikin in there. Incredible disrespect. Carolina. Sammy Kapanen, Rod Brindamore, Jeff O'Neill. Jesus. Jelena, Ron Francis, Shane Willis. One of those things, not like the other. Bates Battaglia, Rob DeMaio, Westland, Jack Daniels. Josef Vasicek's there too. The defense, Standish, the Man-Dish, Ozelinch, Kevin Hatcher, Glenn Wesley, Aaron Ward, David Tanabe, Merrick Malik. Did you know he scored a shootout goal once? Irabe, Tom Barrasso was the goalies. Of course, no Cam Ward yet. I guess that's Chris Craig, something like that. Adams, Chris Dingman, good old Dingman, Darren Langdon. Can't be Martin Ruchinski. He's not a high enough rating. Nick Wallin. Notable healthy scratches there for Carolina. Vasicek have the unibrow. I don't know. It'd be a pain in the ass to check. Chicago. With Eric Daze, Alexei Zhamnov, and Tony Amani. Not bad. Michael Nylander. Steve Sullivan. Steve Thomas. Not bad. And then the quality just falls off a cliff. Bell, Dubinsky, Korolev, Zelapukin, Marha, and White. That bottom six is trash. The defense, Mironov, a very old, ancient Phil Housley. Yaroslav Spacek, John Clem, Karpatsev, Sandy McCarthy, I'd imagine. Jocelyn T-Ball, Steve Passmore. God, like they have a decent offense, and you look at every other aspect of the team. Nolan Baumgartner, Kyle Calder, recently drafted. Decent player, obviously, he turned into. Aaron Downey. Bob Probert was there, too. 66 overall. I think that's Philippi or Pascal Rayom. Steve Popst. Ryan Vandenbush. This wasn't a horrible team. But it's not hard to imagine.
Good for you.
Tobo Blue, thank you for the follow. It's not hard to imagine why this roster like fell off, you know, and needed Kane and Taves to save them. Colorado, first game without Ray Bork. Damn shame, but Sakic, Forsberg, Hayduk. It's funny that it puts Sakic on the wing. Sean Padine, Chris Drury. So, chat, the fun thing is, it won't be tonight. However, we are going to check out NHL 2K2 very soon. NHL 2K2's cover boy, Chris Drury. Mario Lemieux. Chris Drury. 2K had some marketing issues at times. Dan Hino. Monk. I could go check if it's in said mailbox. I don't think it is. Unless the girlfriend has just magically not checked the mail. Normally she does. So she especially would have checked on that. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Nieminen, Reinprecht, Tange, Dave Reed, Babenko, Stefan Yell. Check the mail right now. I will. The defense. Rob Blake, Adam Foote, Martin Skula. Yeah, Martin Skula. Eric Messier. Oh, boy. So the first three are good. They still have Patrick Waugh, David Abisher, though. Not bad. Monk, if I take a bathroom break, yeah, I'll go look. Like, again, like, normally, like, girlfriend and I go back and forth between, like, hey, you get the mail this week, I'll get the mail this week. We never say specifically when someone's gonna get the mail. It just changes. I'd be shocked. It might be sitting on the front porch. It could be. Just don't go to Vegas and get pizza like Deke Slayer. You know it. Colorado, healthy scratches. Greg DeVries, Brad Larson, another future head coach. Jesus. Scott Parker, punch your face in. So many future NHL coaches on these teams. It's crazy. Somebody feel free to alert Stinger that the abbreviation is CMB and not CBJ. You're welcome. They had Jeff Sanderson, Mike traded 1,000 times, Sillinger and David Viborny, Ray Whitney. I think that's Serge or Sergei Oban. No idea who that is. Robert Crone, Espen Selivanov, Wright, Nielsen. Oh boy, Columbus. Yikes. How does CMB make Columbus? I don't know, man. Ask EA in 2001. The defense, holy shit. Jamie Heward, Darren Quint, Matthias Tamander, Jean-Luc Grandpierre, Lyle Odeline, Jamie Pusher, Ron Tugnut, and Mark Denis as the goalies. Good old Tugnut. Matthew Darsh, Kevin Dineen, AHL head coach, former coach of the Portland Pirates. The Portland Pirates. Yeah. Rostov Klesla, just a very young player at the time. Grant Marshall. Newman. Jody Shelley. Old Jody Shelley. Michael Cocker Spaniel. That better have been his nickname in the locker room. You better have. You're wasted at Columbus. That's why you've never made it past the second round. With a nickname. Dallas. Brendan Morrow, Mike Madonna, Donald Audette, Valerie Kamensky, Joe Newendike, Gary Lettinen, only an 80, that's disrespectful. Kirk Muller, Pierre Turgeon, Pat Verbeek, Langenbrunner, Van Allen, and Hogue. And it puts Jamie Langenbrunner on the fourth line. Woof. Get traded to New Jersey already. The defense. Darian Hatcher, Sergei Zubov, Richard Mafchuk, Daryl Sadori, Yanni Lume, and some guy named Hawgood. Belfour and Turco as the goalers. The goalars. Man, that defense is sick, and then you get the Hawgood. Scratches, Gerald Diddick. Ted Donato. Something Gainey. Helenus. Grant Ledyard. Brad Lukowicz, future Stanley Cup winner with the Lightning in 2 seasons. Man. I think Jim Montgomery, another former, like, he's with Dallas. No, he was the head coach at Dallas and left because he had the alcohol issues? Or was he the GM? I don't remember, but I know Jim Montgomery was with the Stars. John Sim, who I recognize more as an Islander than I do as a Dallas Star player. A guy named Watton. All right. Who else do we got? Detroit. Shanahan, Yzerman, Fedorov. Jesus. Robitaille, Draper, and Brett Hull. Jesus. Kirk Malpe, Igor Larionov, Darren McCarty. Boy, I wonder why this team won the Stanley Cup. Thomas Holmstrom, Matthew Dandino's there. Jesus. Deke Slayer, does this make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside looking at this? It does. It does, because he pointed out Doug Brown. Well, Deke, let's see how the defense makes you feel. As we have, oh my God. Nick Lidstrom, only an 84, LOL. Chelio, Steve Duchesne, Larry Murphy, Yuri Fisher, and Freddie Olson. Some scrub named Dominic Hasek between the pipes with Manny Legacy. Oh, man. It's just gross how good this team was. Butsayev was a scratch. Boyd Devereaux, Brent Gilchrist, Kuznetsov, Jason Williams. Didn't have that many healthy scratches. Ed Money. What do we got with old Ed Money? Oilers fans don't like it when I call him Ed Money, so I always call him Ed Money. Ryan Smith, Tard Marchand, Anson Carter. I actually don't remember. It's like Rob Murray or something like that. Jochen Hecht. Future Sabres legend. Actually, past Sabres legend. Mike Greer. Ethan Morrow, Mike Comrie, Daniel Cleary, who got traded for a bag of pucks. Marty Reisner, Pittis, and a young Sean Horkoff. Not bad. Not bad. Endo, I agree. They put Giroux on the cover of what? NHL 13? But it was marketed like around Lidstrom. Rem Murray. I'll take your word for it. Yannick, what's up, by the way? The defense. Yanni Nienema, Tom Pody, Eric Brewer, Jason Smith, some dude named Brown Ferguson. Cool. Hey, look at that. The Oilers still have defensive problems to this day. Who'd have thought? Tommy Salo and some guy named Gage, who I don't believe ever existed. He probably did. But considering I recognize Sven Butenshaw over him, I don't know what that says. Jason Chimera. What else do we got? Georges Larac as a healthy scratch. Number one bullshit. Love me some Georges Larac. Steve Stais was also... How the hell is Steve... Is he listed as a winger? Steve Stais. Did Steve Stais... he played right wing. He just, at the NHL level, he switched more to defense. That's what I recall him for. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Rich, you would have loved it, wouldn't you? Florida. What do we got on Florida? Pavel Bure. Never heard of him. Oh my God. That's the most Florida Panthers thing I've ever seen. Bure, Kozlov, Bure. Delightful. Jason Weimer. Shevitky. Lindsay. I think that's Kevin Adams. Marcus Nilsson. Olli Jokinen's on the fourth line with Ivan Novoselicev. Boy, that team sucks. A lot. The defense, Robert Schwela, Brett Hedican, Dan Boyles, Jeff, Jared, John, Jingle, Jason, Brad Farron, some dude named Wilson, Roberto Luongo, and Trevor Kidd in goal, though, with Wade Flaherty. Good old Bobby Lou. Who's a healthy scratch on this team? I think that's Tyson Barry's dad, or uncle, if I'm not mistaken. Brousseau, Emma. These players aren't real. They're random EA filler. Jacopine. Alright, Paul Laus I do recognize, only because he's in NHL 21 for some goddamn reason. Payer, Pitlick, who I think is related to Tyler and Rem. God, this team sucks. Pete Worrell's there and is scratched. Screw you, Florida. You deserve nothing. The LA Kings. With Ziggy Palffy, Brian Smolinski, Adam Deadmarsh. Yes. One of my favorite players of all time, Adam Deadmarsh. One of my favorite players of all time, Glenn Murray, Joseph Stumple, Steve Hines. I might have to be the LA Kings. This looks like a fun team. Kelly Buckberger, Eric Belanger, Randy Robitaille, Ian Laperriere on the fourth line. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's on the defense. Lubomir Vishnevsky, Matthew Schneider, Matthias Nordstrom, Karlotti, Miller, Philippe Boucher. The Bruins on line too. Right? Nearly? Right? It's an entire Bruins line. Goaltender, Felix the Cat Potvin with Jamie Storr behind him. Stefan Fiset. Who's the third stringer? Chartrand, Johnson, Kelly, Andreas Lilia, Adam Mayer, Yaroslav Modry. They got familiar names as scratches. Thomas, Tuomainen. That's not a bad Kings team. Not at all. Minnesota. Gaborik at a 79. He was like 20. Wes Walls. Krivakravs. Great name. All right, then you get into Andrew Brunette, Roastin Sylvan Bordlow, I think. Like, Jesus, this team sucks. I think it's Antti Laaksonen, Simicek, Darby Hendrickson, Bartos Bonin, and Aaron Gavi. This team sucks. Top defender is Sakaris, Philip Kuba, Benisek, Brad Bombardier, Andy Sutton, and Daniel. Manny Fernandez, though, is the goalie. Jamie McLennan. God, this team sucked. Armstrong, not Colby Armstrong, though. Sylvain Blouin, I think. Brown, Jim Dowd. I think that's Pascal Dupuis. Pretty sure. I think that's, I don't know if that's Mike Johnson. Willie Mitchell. And a whole bunch of nothing. A whole bunch of nothing. Sergei Zholtok, who surprisingly doesn't make this team on best lines. Jesus, this team sucks. What Seattle jersey am I getting? It depends on who's on the team by the time we actually get to the start of the season, because I still think it might change a little bit. Montreal. We could skip that. Kidding. Kind of. Martin Ruchinski, so it definitely wasn't him earlier. Saka Koivu. Brian Savage, pretty sure. Richard Zednik. Joe Juno. I think it's Oleg Petrov. Brunet. Yannick Perreault. And Andreas Dockel. Chad Kilgore. Jan Bulish. I think Chad Darby or something like that. Who has my eye for a Seattle nameplate? Fine. If I had to get, well, I'd be paying attention to see how David Krejci does. No, because I don't want to cry. And I cry every time I think of David Krejci. If I had to get a Seattle Kraken jersey right now, nameplate for somebody who's on the team, I mean, it'd be cheap to go Jeremy Lauzon. My top three in no particular order. Jordan Eberle. Jamie Alexiak. Ooh. Okay, if it was a forward, it'd be Jordan Eberle. If it was a defender, a lot of good choices. I like Gio. I like Vince Dunn. I'd go Jamie Alexiak. And you'd have to go Dreger as a goalie. Although I do like Joey Decord, and he's a Boston guy. So, there you go. Yeah, Montreal. Who's on their defense? Whoops. Patrice Brisebois. Stefan Quintal. Kenny Dykhouse. Daryl Shannon? I can't get a Bayreuth the jersey. He went right back to Columbus. Sheldon Surrey, Stefan Robida with Joseph Pador and Jeff Hackett. Those are goalies. Eric Fichaud. He's also there. Wow, that Montreal defense was shit. Mainly because Surrey and Robida weren't at their peak yet. Aaron Asham is a healthy scratch. Francois Bouillon. Good old Francois Bouillon. Campbell. Eric Schwannard. Descotto. Higgins. Landry. Lind. On center, Andrei Markov? Do you now see, chat, why I've had an addiction to editing rosters my entire life? Thanks, EA. Gino Ojic. Poulin. Craig Rive. Take out Shannon and put Craig Rive in there. Simpson, Traverse, Ward, Whitehall. Not bad. Not a bad team at all. Nashville. Scott Walker, I hate you. Oh, God. Was it Greg Johnson? No. God, was it Greg Johnson? I hate that I don't recall the name because I'm pretty... Yeah, it is Greg Johnson. He's the one that passed away 2 years ago now, which is nuts. Yachmanev. How the hell did you ever have an 81? Shellberg, Cliff Ronning, father of a legend. Tom Fitzgerald, who's a coach now. It's ridiculous. Pelton and David Lake won. Cesar. Arkhipov. Scotty Hartnell. At a 70. This team sucked. Now, do you see why Seattle and Vegas were allowed to have slightly better teams than this? Keep in mind, this wasn't Nashville right out of the gates. Like, they had a little bit of time between when this game came out and right now. Sucked. Kimo Timonen, Bill Holder, Mark Eaton, Kalle Hus, Carlos Skrastic, Skrbik. They paid enough for it. Exactly. Mike Dunham, Thomas Vokoun. Great. Hey, what a theme. They also have Chris Mason. What a theme in Nashville. Great goaltending and nothing else. Baron Zweig, Boykov, Bowler, Brennan, Klassen, Andy Delmore, Stu Grimson, Haggerty, Lintner. I think that's Mark Morrow. God, this team is trash. Stevenson, Watt. Yeah, this team is trash. New Jersey. Patrick Elias, Jason Arnott, Randy McKay, John Madden, Scott Gomez, Peter Sikora, Nemchinov, Breland and Bobby Halik, Pandolfo, Thomas Jefferson, and Turner Stevenson. I mean, that fourth line's pretty rough, but when you have a top nine like that, do what you got to do. Defense. Niedermeyer, Rafalski, Stevens. Again, anything like above an 80 is good in this game. Danico, Tommy Abilene, Colin White. I did not forget to say football. Cody, I don't make the same jokes every time. Martin Brodeur, and a backup that I think was Corey Schwab. Might have been Terreri. I don't remember which one. It was one of the two. What they have for healthy scratches? B-check. Mike Commodore. What a guy. Danye. Tedgery, maybe? I don't know. Gotch. Grom. McKenzie. Sutton. Ward. All right, not that many healthy scratches on the jersey. The New York Islanders. With Brad Isbisters. Mike Pekka, Marius Tchaikovsky. Damn good top line. Alexa Yashin, Point, Mark Parrish. Boy, imagine if the Islanders were actually this good. Dave Scatcher, Oleg Kavashin, Lindgren. Think Jason Blake, Belanger, Ronald Petrovich. Defense. Roman Hammerlick, Kenny Janssen, Gary Galley, Keith or Ken Haller, Adrian Coyne, Brad Meje, Osgood, and Garth Snow. With a 67 overall, number 1 overall pick, Rick DiPietro. Not bad. I can't believe they got him on the game at launch. I wonder how much that's evolved. I am the only nerd in the world who would care to know what the policy was like for them to get recently drafted players into the game back in 2002 and how it compares to now. Sean Bates, Eric Cairns, Kolnick, Jarash Kolnick, I'm guessing. Kartanov, Jason Krog.
Oh, good for you!
Stuff, tree boxes in the sky. Thank you for the follow. What a name. Name of the night so far. Listen, the Islanders were just okay. They weren't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but that lack of defense kind of hurt them. The New York Rangers with Theo Fleury, Eric Lindros, Radek Dvorak, Peter Nedved, I think that's Mike York, some guy named Mark Messier, Grosek, Manny Malhotra, and McCarthy. I think that's Sandy McCarthy. The other McCarthy was Steve McCarthy. Neil Zekman, I'm pretty sure. Is it Neil Zekman? Toms and Armstrong. That fourth line's trash. They were very top-heavy. And apparently Mike Peck is also a coach, which surprises nobody. Defense, Brian Leach and his band of merry men. Malakoff, Ulanov, Lefebvre. When you have a defenseman whose name is literally Pylon, it's not a good sign. Darren Van Imp. They had an old Mike Richter and an old Guy Hebert. Go Rangers with Kirk McLean as a scratch. I think that's Doug Bannister, Forbes, Friedrich Gagnon, Karpa. This team had no depth. None. They did have Mike Motto, though, as a healthy scratch. Future Bruin Mike Motto. Dale Purrington. Samuelson. Yeah, that team sucked. Like, the goaltending was old, the defense was Brian Leach and basically nobody. And they had very, very little depth. That team sucked. Ottawa with Marian Hossa, Radek Bonk, and Daniel Alfredson. Sean McEachern, Mike Fisher, Bill McCult. Oh boy, this depth though. Martin Havlat. Martins, Murphy, Magnus Arvidsson. I think that's Todd White, Herperger. This team, oof. You can see why they were a few pieces away from making it to a cup final. Yeah. That defense, though. Wade Redden, Zdeno Chara, Sammy Salo, Chris Phillips, Curtis Lasician, and Carl Rakunik with Mr. Lalim and Yanni Herme in goal. Mike Fountain as the backup. Healthy scratches. Ciernik, Doig, Shane Knighty, future Bruins legend. Dwight King, Jamie Kwiatkowski, if I'm not mistaken. Oliver, Persson, Jamie Rivers. I mean, no, like, crazy names to be like, holy hell, he's a healthy scratch. There is one thing we have to do. And again, I'm not going to do this for too many people. Yes, that said waivers. I'm not doing this for too many people. I have to know. Look at him! Look at him! Oh my God. Beautiful man right there. Beautiful man, that's Zdeno Chara. Beautiful man. Again, not doing that for too many people because it would take forever. I have to manually hit A on every player. Yeah, not bad for Ottawa. Philadelphia, can somebody bop AJ for that disparaging comment? John LeClaire, Jeremy Roenick, Mark Recchi. That's ridiculous. Plavach, Keith Primo, and Williams. Is that Jason, Justin, Josh, Jingle? I don't know. Ruslan Fedotenko in Philadelphia was always weird. Simon Gagne, the hero of our NHL 2K10 full playthrough with the Philadelphia Flyers. Watch it all if you haven't. Do it. They also had Rick Tocchet, future head coach. Ranheim, Paul Ranheim, Kent Manderville, Jody Hull, I think. The defense, Eric Desjardins, future Bruin, Dan McGillis, Eric Weiner, Chris Therien, Ken Janssen, Luke Richardson. Hey, Luke Richardson. Roman Czechmanek had a 91. Brian Boucher was there as well. With Ule as the backup. Not a bad Flyers team. Todd Fedoruk was a scratch. McAllister, Murray, Picard, Plant. Not too many like notable healthy scratches. The team was pretty much the team. Phonics! Hooked on Phonics. Sergei Berezin, Michael Handzus, and Shane Doan were now all old enough that Shane Doan's kid was just drafted into the NHL. Warner, Damon Lankow, Claude Lemieux, Brad Mayday. Do I have the clip? I'm pretty sure I have the clip. I think. Do I still have the? There you go. You Sabres fans out there, good memory. Trevor Letowski, Johnson, Danny Briere, young Danny Briere, Ladislav Nagy. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't great. Defense, Teppo Numminen, Paul Mara, O.C. Bannon, Danny Markov, Bouchard, Radoslav Suchi. You have Sean Burke, Robert. No, this wasn't that bad. Which means their season was probably shit. Because anytime you sit here and think, you know, this Coyotes team isn't that bad, what happens, Deke Slayer? What happens? I hate to say it, but what happens? Shout out to Louis DeBrusque, by the way. Father of a legend. Father of a legend. And you know what's good when you got a healthy scratch named Ralph. And I think that's Mike Sullivan, Pittsburgh Penguins head coach. This is ridiculous. This is just stupid how many future head coaches there are here. Pittsburgh featuring Mario Lemieux, cover boy, Martin Straka, Alex Kovalev, Corbett, Robert Lang, Alexei Morozov, Baranek, Herdina, Tibbetts, Brad Tibbetts, Wayne Primo, Kraft, Peterson. Yeah, this team sucked. Lemieux held on for as long as he could, and then Sidney Crosby magically showed up, and everything was okay. The defense, Darius Kasparaitis, Laukinen, Michael Roosevelt, Janssen, some guy with big biceps, and Andrew Ferentz, who has bigger biceps. Johan Hedberg, J.S. O'Ban, Rob Tallis. Beautiful. Chris Beach, Dennis Bombi, I think, Bobby Dallas, Dan Lacatour, Joseph Melachar, Ian Moran, Christophe Oliwa. Not bad. Kevin Stevens, very old Kevin Stevens. Play the clip. What clip is it, though? Endless trash. Oh, damn it, Endo. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Yeah, it's not a very good team, though. It's not. Really quickly, for shits and gigs, on the rare players I will do this for. You know, it's not often you can carry that schmug douche look into your 50s. Pulls it off well, though. He looks the same. Probably has bigger biceps now than he did then. Might be a bigger piece of trash than he was then, though. So good on him for getting worse with age. The St. Louis Blues, Monkey Dude, this is for you, with Corey Stillman, Doug Waite, and Pavel Dimitra, R.I.P. Keith Kachuk, Mr. Eastwood, think Scott Young, Mike Keane, Corso Dallas, Drake, Scott Mellenby, the other Kachuk, Mr. Daniel Kachuk, Jamal Mayers. Again, a team that doesn't have the best depth in the world. So, you know. But that top line's pretty fun. Again, Pavel Dimitra in 2K10 was sick, too. Keep plugging old videos of mine. By the way, I haven't said this yet on Twitch. I'm going to say it right now. What's the matter with you? If you haven't already subscribed to the other channels that I have now. Of course, there's the Tougie24 main channel. But again, you can also find the Tougie24 channel, TWO24 channel, and the Tougie Steak podcast channel. Subscribe to them both. Thank you. Anyway, Chris Pronger, Al McInnes, Kavanaugh, Mr. Hill, Gooseroff, and Joe Finley, Braithwaite, and Brent John. Oh, God. Dwayne Rollison was a 67. So it was Pronger and old-ass Al McInnes and nobody else. They had Eric Boganecki. And, LaFlamme, Tyson Nash, Obsutz. Oh, baby. Father of a legend. Father of the year. Father of all time. It's Darren Rumble. Son of a legend, baby. Son of a legend. Had to break out another jersey. Darren goddamn Rumble. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Father of a legend. Son of a legend is that jersey right there. Also, Bryce Salvador. Mike Van Ryn. Not bad. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. San Jose. Owen Nolan, Patrick Marleau. You win. Congratulations, Sharks fans. It's a beautiful thing. When NHL 22 comes out, can I do an Edmonton franchise mode where you have to keep all the bad contracts? Yes, yes I can. Will I? Maybe. I don't think I've used Edmonton all that much. So, Adam Graves, Mike Arici, and I think Todd Harvey. Stefan Mata, Vinny Damfus, and Corlick. ESG, this is NHL 02. Sundstrom, Scott Thornton, and Mark Oster. The defense, Gary Suter, Brad Stewart, Ragnarsson, Brian Marchment, Mike Ratchie, Scott Hannon. That's not that bad. Kenny DeBakoff, and a very underrated Mika Kiprusoff, but not for long. He'd get traded to Calgary very, very soon. That defense still needed works. Works? Work. Matt Bradley, Hines, Cruz, Perpich, couple of Smiths. Boy, isn't that going to be great when someone like this, like Brad Stewart or Marco Stern, gets traded for Joe Thornton. That'll never happen. Tampa. Freddie Modine, Vinny LeCavalier, Martin St. Louis. Not bad. Tim the Toolman Taylor, Brian Holzinger, don't remember. Matt Barnaby, Brad Richards. I think that's Jesse Alonen. Pretty sure. Obviously, it's the Jesse Alonen now. Vinny Prospel, Sheldon Keefe. To continue the coach's trend. The defense, Pavel Kubina, I think Peter Svoboda, Nakar, Kudrock, Corey Sarich, Andre Zuzin, Bulenwall, Kevin Weeks. As the Golars. Who do we have for healthy scratches? Dmitry Fedosenkov, Matthew Baron, Ben Clymer, Yasin Cullimore, I think Gord Dwyer, Lanov, Gusev, Glenn Metropolit. Not a bad player. Nolan Pratt. Some guy named Ziegler. Not bad. Toronto with Gary Roberts, Matt Sundin, and Alex Mogilny. Jesus. Shane Corson, Darcy Tucker, Jonas Hoagland. Cody, it's not broken. I'm going off of Pretzel rather than Spotify because I can't play copyrighted music because, again, Twitch is fun. Travis Green, Alan McCauley, Mikhail Renberg, Ty Domi, Robert Reichel, and Gary Volk. Not a horrible Leafs team. I mean, they'd go to the conference final this year and lose to Carolina, who would then get pooped on by Detroit. Dmitry Yuskevich, Brian McCabe, think Corey Cross, Thomas Caberlet, Alvin Erickson, Dave Manson, father of Josh Manson. I believe Gary Volk is indeed Curtis Volk's father. Cujo, Glenn Healy between the pipes. Healthy scratches of, Nick Antropoff, Wade Belak, Aki Berg. That's Nate Dempsey. Farkas! Good old Farkas. Clean. Alexei Ponikarovsky was a healthy scratch. You know, if you put the young players, Peter Svoboda, if you put the young players into this lineup for the Leafs, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty promising. And then what happened? Vancouver. Tom Bertuzzi, Brad Morrison, Marcus Naslin, Peter Schaefer, I think Doug Peterson. Although I could be confusing him with the football coach, Andrew Castles. Some douchebag, Henrik Sedin, Harold Druken, Steve Correa, Donald Brashear, and Daniel Sedin. The sacrilege. Obviously, if you were doing a season mode, you'd put the Sedins on the top line with Marcus Naslin. What are you doing? Who's on defense? Joe Vokop, Matthias Olin, Drake Berhowski. That actually might be Matthew Perron. I think Scott Chance, Brian Allen. Corey Schwab and Dan Cloutier. Oh my god, that goaltending is trash. Holy shit. Brown, Andrei Chubarov, Helmer, Ryan Helmer, Todd Klatt, maybe. Jarkko Ruutu. Brent Sopel, Jason Strudwick. Endless trash. That really would be the meme of the day. And the last team, the Washington Capitals, featuring Jaromir Jagr, Trevor Linden, Peter Bondra, which is gross. I think Andre Nikolic, Steve Konowalchuk, Dinas Zubris, Chris Simon, Adam Oates, and Dave Kristich. Future head coach Joe Sacco, Yake, and Jeff Halpern. Interesting. Legendary Devils coach Corey Schwab. Not to disrespect him. Endless trash. Endless trash. Endless. To the fence, Sergei Gonchar. I think that might be Cal Johansson. Brendan Witt, Joe Riki, Sylvain Cote, Ken Klee, maybe. Oli Kolzig, and Chad Billington. Craig Billington. I don't remember. It's one of the other. He played for the Bruins, too. He wasn't that good. Corey Hirsch. Shout out to Corey Hirsch. Good Twitter follow. The Scratch. Mr. Black. Ulf Dahlen. Sarah, Marshall, Mironov, Brant Myers, baby. Bruins legend. Yes, Mike Pettinger. Trent Whitfield, future Providence Bruins captain. Not bad. You know, it's funny. There are some teams that are just trash, but, you know. This is manageable trash. It's manageable trash.